In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, peace and blessings be upon the seal of the prophets and upon all his family and companions. Peace be upon you and the mercy and blessings of Allah. At the time we are addressing you, yesterday we gave you a message that we had learned from some sources that India has opened fronts in 3 places simultaneously, one in Balochistan, one in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, and one on the line of control at Tatapani. Troops from the Punjab Regiment and the Special Services Group have been seen heading towards all 3 fronts. In terms of intelligence, it's not wrong. The strategy is correct. Then there was also information that at the Tatapani location, approximately 7 to 8 Indian soldiers were sent to hell. In our childhood, we heard a saying that if a Baniya's child falls, it must have seen something. This entire drama that has been staged is driven by a significant plan and conspiracy. Apparently, a self-staged attack was orchestrated there to create a scene, but the foundation of it is how a financial operation is going to be inserted. To hear all the details, stay with me. For the past few months, although the internet is completely shut down in occupied Kashmir and there are strict restrictions on it, you should also know that many WhatsApp servers, which focus on the entire region and especially Islamabad, are located in Srinagar. Therefore, your and my WhatsApp conversations are not secure. Therefore, I am surprised that those friends who prefer to converse over WhatsApp, your conversations over GSM are more secure. But where, as far as India's connection is indeed concerned, there were faint yet persistent voices being heard from occupied Kashmir that since the special status was revoked, non-locals, especially wealthy non-locals, are being rapidly issued domicile certificates there, meaning that they are, in fact, they are qualifying to come and live in occupied Kashmir and purchase property, just like Pakistan has maintained the status of Azad Kashmir or Gilgit-Baltistan, where no Pakistani can go and buy property there. However, the residents of those areas can come to Pakistan and purchase properties, do business, and take up jobs. So they issued domicile certificates to wealthy people from all over India so they could come to Kashmir. Now, obviously, Kashmir people are connected with their own culture, their own traditions, and their own society. And as a result, these people were facing difficulties in acquiring property. People were not quickly ready to sell their properties, their lands, their houses, their shops. So then that bill was introduced, under which the Muslim Waqf properties, the Muslim endowments, were interfered with, and the main focus was to seize these properties throughout India in general, and in occupied Kashmir in particular, which have now become prime land with excellent locations, and to hand them over to wealthy Indians. The matter does not stop here. Under government patronage, because private individuals are not willing to sell, now some people are strongholders and some are weak holders. This drama that was staged in Pahalgam is basically located in Anantnag, which the Indians call Anantnag, and it has been named Islamabad. Over there, it is Islamabad. Yes, the place where the attack occurred is called District Islamabad, which they call Anantnag. So the attack that was orchestrated here, as a result of this attack, it is evident that during this season, and it is the beginning of the season, you have to keep in mind the tourists. When the tourists come here, when the heat increases in the rest of India, this area is considered cool. So people come here for tourism to spend a few days in this pleasant climate. When you carried out the attack there, According to the current news from Indian media, the Indian tourists coming to the entire occupied Kashmir have packed their belongings to return, or they are in the process of leaving, or they may have already left. All right, they will flee from there. Who will be the loser when they run away? The loser will be the local hotelier where we were staying. The loss will be of the local food vendor who had come there to eat the food that was to be eaten, which will cause a loss to the local shopkeeper from whom they might have bought something like a mantelpiece or so. The loss will be to the local economy, right? That kind of buying within the local economy will not come, which was supposed to come because of those tourists. The hotels there will not get business. So the holding power of those hotels, those shopkeepers, those business people will weaken. They will face a shortage of money, meaning they will be more prone to thinking, hey, we have two shops. Maybe we should sell one as we can't manage like this, or put it up for rent, whatever the situation may be, right? And because now the rest of the season will be dried, people will hesitate to come here. People will be embarrassed to come here, thinking, sir, don't go there, it's dangerous, right? And the first news they broke about this incident mentioned the murder of one person. After that, the Indian media has been covered with an ironclad. This terror that has spread as a result, it is now certain that from all over India, they can move towards the other south and will not be allowed to come here. When they do not come here, business will decrease. And when business decreases, the holding power of the Kashmiri people will stop. When the holding power of the Kashmiri people stops, as a result, the people inside will become economically weak. And when they become economically weak and are offered a lot of money, at one time they will prefer to sell their assets, sell partially, and move out from there. This will allow the prime locations to be bought by the financiers of the BJP, with Sajad Lone appearing at the forefront. Sajad Lone, I believe, is the same person as Abdul Ghani Lone, who used to be a member of the Hurriyat Conference. Whatever aid they received from Pakistan, the Sajad Lone Sahib has set up nightclubs in Dubai with that financing. So the best ally for them could have been the BJP, and indeed, after leaving the Hurriyat Conference, they first allied with the BJP. I said we should keep reminding ourselves about anyone within our ranks who is not genuine. There are people who, even back then, we used to say that while brothers are waging jihad here, their sons have opened nightclubs in Dubai where women are dancing without clothes. What kind of jihad is this? We were among the critics even then. That's why we were always sidelined. So these brothers have, in Dubai, built quite a substantial amount of assets for themselves. Nowadays, they are barking a lot on Indian media. So I said, let's remind them of their actual worth. Anyway, the entire scenario that has been set up is that now India will continue its oppression with its 700,000 troops in occupied Kashmir, and the world will not raise its voice against it. Similarly, the world is also not raising its voice regarding occupied Palestine, or is being allowed to raise its voice. India has complete control over the media in this region. India has full control when all the international news organizations fled from Kabul. After the arrival of the Taliban, their next stop was New Delhi. At that time, the agenda of this region, whether it be on TV, in newspapers, or magazines, was controlled from New Delhi. Most of the time, you see Reuters stories. Although Reuters was a British news agency, it was bought by the Saudis. But you see this news agency promoting the New Delhi narrative. On an institution run by Saudi investments, you will find the Iranian narrative, which is anti-Saudi, being promoted thanks to New Delhi's placement in India, which is the capital city. Okay, I mean, if you have from New Delhi, fled from Kabul, then your representatives covering Kabul at that time who are in the region. Okay, so your first ultimate choice should have been either Islamabad or Dubai. Why was it New Delhi? Okay, we will talk about why it was New Delhi some other day, and it was part of a bigger scenario. All the American news agencies, whether it's AP, Fox, or CNN, all their representatives who covered this region, we will discuss this in detail some other day. But for now, if it's a merchant son, it would have fallen for a while. That's it for now. The next vlog will continue from here. May Allah bless you with ease and grant you the ability to spread ease among His creation.